Hello and welcome to the Black Enterprise Report, your ultimate guide to financial empowerment. I'm Stephanie Elam.
And I'm Daryl Denard. Donald Trump's latest apprentice is well qualified for the job. He's a businessman, Rhodes Scholar, and has 5 degrees from Rutgers, Oxford, and MIT.
But in addition to being a reality TV star, Randal Pinkett is also president and CEO of a multi-million-dollar consulting firm. I talked with him about his business and life after one of the most controversial finales in reality TV. He's the perennial nice guy who stole the show on season 4 of The Apprentice.
Randal, you're an amazing leader. Amazing. Rarely on this. Rarely have I seen a leader as good as you, and you lead through niceness.
With a bachelor's degree from Rutgers, a master's degree from Oxford, 2 masters and a PhD from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Pinkett knows the image he portrays.
Nice, fair, respectful, somebody that most people can get along with. That definitely is something that I think the show played up. I mean, I'd say my image at this point is certainly I'm a poster child for getting a good education.
So does the Rhodes Scholar think 5 degrees are really necessary?
I've been told I have more degrees than a thermometer. That's what I've been told. You know, the academic path I followed was not necessarily by design. I talk to students a lot and they ask me, would you recommend getting 5 degrees? The answer is actually no. It's kind of overkill. But it was by circumstance that I ended up with 5 degrees because my goal was always to earn a PhD.
Pinkett's passion for entrepreneurship started long ago with the proverbial lemonade stand.
No one bought my lemonade, but I learned a lot of lessons about location from that experience. I sold CDs out of my dorm in college. You know, I started my first company as a student, which was a training company, and I've always been in an entrepreneurial mode, always. I just didn't realize that that was a potential career path for me until I got to college. And there was all this activity around black economic development that I got swept up in. And from a point where I was thinking about going into corporate America with my engineering and technology background, from college forward, I was sold completely that my destiny is to be a business owner and to be an entrepreneur.
And Pinkett has fulfilled his destiny with BCT Partners, the multi-million-dollar Newark, New Jersey-based firm he founded in 2000 with 3 partners from his Rutgers years.
BCT Partners is a consulting firm, and by that, stated simply, we solve problems, but we focus on particular industries in terms of the problems that we solve: housing and community development, human services, education, technology policy, and economic development are the areas that we focus on. And they're all interrelated. They have a lot to do with community revitalization. They have a lot to do with working in communities. And we apply different strategies to help our clients achieve their desired goals.
Randal, you're hired.
Besides BCT, Pinkett says he is now very much a part of the Trump organization.
I was given a list of potential projects that far exceeded the kind of time I could have even dedicated to them because they wanted me to be involved. So from what was once a renovation project of Atlantic City, it's grown from renovation project to an information technology project to helping out with the Philadelphia project, but that's kind of where we put the cap on it because there were so many things they wanted me to be involved in.
Looking back, Pinkett believes The Apprentice helped highlight what he was already doing.
I was already a business owner. I obviously had a great academic track record. The Apprentice just allowed me to take all that to a nationally televised program, which certainly put me into the national spotlight, so to speak, whereas before, more of my accomplishments were known amongst people that walked in my circle.
But there was much ado about Pinkett's decision to not share his victory with challenger Rebecca after Trump asked Pinkett if he should hire her too.
And at that moment, what crossed my mind was, this is a situation where I'm being asked to share a victory that I have decisively earned, and I will lose a measure of respect for myself if I'm to accept it. And I think there were a lot of people who watched the show who thought the same thing, who they grabbed their chair when they heard the question asked, and they don't give in to what might be the more popular response or the easy response and say, yeah, you know, let's just share it. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's like sharing a gold medal in the Olympics.
Despite the controversy, there's no doubting that Pinkett is a man who believes in helping others.
BCT, the work we do, is certainly a form of giving back, but in as much as I sit on boards of nonprofits and I get involved in community activities, and my national spokesperson role for Autism Speaks is reflective of the balance I try to strike as a business owner, but also as somebody who tries to give back to the community.
Up next, Pinkett wants to focus on growing BCT while keeping a hand in the media and public speaking.
Ultimately, I see myself returning to BCT Partners full-time, whether that's at the end of a year or a year and a half or 2 years. That will be a discussion that Trump and I will have at the end of the year to decide if we'll extend it. But rest assured, whether it's a year or 2 years or beyond, I'll be back at BCT full-time at some point.
He also envisions starting his own foundation one day.
The challenge that we had as black men starting a business was startup capital. Everywhere we went, they said, you know what, you guys aren't ready for investment. You need friends and family money. So the Friends and Family Foundation that I envision would provide seed capital to would-be entrepreneurs who don't have the family or friend network that could get them off the ground, which we didn't have, but I could then fill that gap and provide that kind of resource to others. But that's down the road. I got to make my millions first.
And if you want to know more about what Randal is up to, check out his website at randalpinkett.com. Daryl?